away here. The Slardar sitting 19-3 compared to 25-7. So as expected, the Faceless Void is winning this lane. And again, we're probably going to say it's the lack of impact of a Winter Wyvern. Fortunately, as he starts getting to level 3 and 4, you start feeling a bit better because Splinter Blast starts dealing a lot of damage. You can Cold Embrace to be able to heal up your ally, which has been getting some okay laning phase buffs for... Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say like 5 or 6 patches ago.
Yeah, the base regen isn't just awful now. So a 1-point wonder as an ability. Damage reduction is also quite nice. Vici have a lot of physical damage threat. It'll be really interesting though. I can't believe we saw Hoodwink in the opening from Secret. That was not something I would have seen coming. And keep in mind, this is why it's baffling to me. I think chat leaning 75% towards Secret. This team 1-1 Gambit.
Yeah. I'm not feeling so hot about Secret right now, and especially if they have a 5 Hoodwink. I mean, one of the only teams that plays Hoodwink somewhat regularly would be Quincy Crew, and they play it on a 4 position. I don't think I've seen a single 5 Hoodwink.
And I remember I asked Jack about that as well, like what's going on with this Hoodwink, and he just chuckled, said I can't reveal any secrets, so I don't know what that means, but...
It probably means he has no idea.
Yeah. I played a game with him yesterday, it did not end well. And oh, this is a beautiful regen rune. You get to just farm. Oh my, this is enormous.
Yeah, this is massive. You wouldn't usually be able to farm this big of an ancient stack this early, not even having maxed up quills yet.
Yeah, just now he's that is actually insane. What a rune. That is a potential game-winning rune. Like plus, I don't even know, 1,500 gold, a ton of experience, and
it's still going.
Yeah.
Why does regen rune last so long anyway?
I don't know. It got nerfed a little bit. I think it lasts less long, but yeah, on heroes like Bristle to farm Ancient, Storm Spirit, probably the most notable user. Poor Nisha, he's farming his stacks too, right? But that's what, a tripled hard camp? That was a 4-stack Ancients that just dropped off.
Yeah. They're going to stack up the Ancients again here, but they honestly do not have the... Yeah, Wraith King doesn't actually do Ancient stacks very well. He's really good at farming a single Ancient.
Yep.
Not so good with the stacks.
Yeah, I've heard Brian actually rage at his ally for stacking Ancients when he's Wraith King. Oh, it doesn't help him.
I've heard that in person. It's very angry.
Yes.
It's scary.
Speaking of scary, this old 11 Centaur could... Oh, wait, just kidding. Has a Vanguard. No boots necessary. Even after he's probably going to be fine here. Oh,
it's actually going to use the Stampede with Poyoyo coming in. They're going to try and chase down both of these kills. That's very greedy. They're going to use the Chronosphere to be able to go for the Wraith King. He did not get the stick off before the Chronosphere, so he didn't have the mana for Reincarnation. Nisha does have the Orb, so he's very, very fine. There's a lot of stacks there, but of course, maybe he gets hit by one round of quills, but not even that.
That was sick. He definitely checked mana there. The nerfs putting it out 180 mana for the Reincarnate. So, boy, recognizing there's no Reincarnate available, that is a huge rotation. And now he should be able to assert dominance. And this is the Bristleback factor. I mean, level 9.
Yeah.
At 8 minutes into the game.
Yep, he's 1,000 net worth ahead of the Puck, who arguably beat him in lane. Yep. He forced the Bristleback to go back to base, and they're actually going to double up here. Secret going for a Centaur with a Vanguard. That's not going to go very well for them. As here comes Ori, looking to be able to chase down Zai, but Tubman just going to make sure his offlaner can get back safely. But ultimately, this has been a rotation of 2 cores to 1 lane with little effect.
Yep, and this early phase boost, this is the way you love being able to play Bristle. Don't have to go for that early Hood or Vanguard for survivability. Typically, you need some regen or sustain item to farm Ancients. The regen rune gave him his stack at an earlier timing. Now phase boots Hood, he's just gonna run at people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how you stop this man. You can't kill him.
I wonder if we've gotten a look at how many stacks that PYW has managed to put together. Because if he knows all the tips and tricks, you can actually get like 4 or 5 stack camps with just 1 Shadow Demon rotation. It requires you to preemptively Shadow Poison 1 wave, pull it back, it goes back in, and then when the Shadow Poison pops at the right time, you could pull everything.
And you can see the Secret draft, you look around at the itemization going for. It's similar to what we saw in the game where Miracle was playing Puck. Early Witchblade, probably maybe even to the Death Soul. Oh, that's a
no!
He got the Orb.
He doesn't have the Orbit, and Nisha is only going to be able to go so far with the Silence, chased down by the combination of Ori, DY, and PYW. Now they're going to start putting a bit of assault on that mid tower. I was actually a little bit surprised that Vici Gaming gave up on that. I was like, Mom, they could defend that with Bristleback, but no, they said, let's go ahead, focus in on the mid lane. Much more important tower anyway.
Do you see the Maelstrom build on the Void? So Vici looking to have that more aggressive timing, and Secret, yeah, Armlet build on the Wraith King. They have the minus armor from the Slardar, so they should hit a pretty big spike in the mid game as well. But my fear is, again, like this support duo, Wyvern Hoodwink, very limited damage output, and yeah, Absol, he's trying to do the typical Wyvern play, push out lanes from behind tower, but they're just diving in.
Yeah. And he's got no way out now. Matubbaman is going to show off a really nice coil coming in from behind. Nisha, he's going to be able to execute both the supports. Very little impact from them. And Wraith King still alive, too. His point is going to be able to bounce away from all that damage that came out from the Hoodwink ultimate. And the rest of Vici Gaming, very hard to bring down, so they'll be able to reset. But still, nice defense there for Team Secret, being able to get nice 2 kills.
Yeah, really nice job. Absol, yeah, he dies, but he blew so much time. He got the full cold embrace off and just baits Vici into a rough position. I remember one of my first lessons playing with Fly way back in the day was to be very cautious trying to TP in to defend your tier 1 safe lane. It's so easy to lose games. Secret needed to bring all 5, otherwise they have no hope of repelling that, and they come out with favorable trades, and Matubba's in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, Ori can very easily kill him twice here if Secret's not careful. I bet they don't even have TPs left, because they all TP'd earlier. Ori's realizing that. He's like, I don't see anybody on my radar. I think we can go for this. He's actually going to focus on the tower. Will still try to keep Matubbaman close. Another round of the Inkswell. Matubbaman low on armor here. Finally, Secret gonna start showing up. Oh no, the missed bushwhack. He doesn't actually hit Ori. Not stunned at all, so he just continues to whack down Matubbaman. Get the kill, they get the tower.
Just realized, you know, they actually had the confidence to pick Bristle into one of the only break mechanics left in Dota 2. But right there, you saw Ori is just too strong. Like, he's not a real target, and Secret has to be concerned. You can see them with discipline, even in that first engagement under the tower. They're not targeting Bristle because that is what Vici Gaming want. They have a disruption behind him. They've got plenty of heroes to follow up. He's going to break coil to stand there.
Yeah, just wait it out. He's got Stampede shortly after, but the magic damage may prove to be too much. No misses from the low ground. They get him.
The Witchblade. The Witchblade is what is necessary if you want to take out a hero like Centaur.
Does so much added damage. So I feel like we've been talking about, you liked Vici Gaming's lineup. It feels like you feel like this Bristleback is a big problem. You said they drafted for lanes, they drafted for team fight. So what is the advantages that Secret's lineup has?
In theory, better pickoff potential, cleaner stun combinations. They have the break to deal with both the bashes and Bristleback. In theory, Roche, they can take it with ease and they just get one pickoff. And right here, you can already see a little bit of that pickoff potential coming into play. Puck Slardar, your Hunters. Once that links online for Zai, this game gets a lot easier for them to play, and all they need is a pickoff like that, maybe 2 or 3 minutes from now, and boom, it's into Rush. And yeah, that was actually the blink reveal. Went for the brown boots, rushed it.
I mean, they've got really good low-risk lane shove on the side of Secret that'll open that up, right? Hoodwink is able to play side lanes all the time. Winter Wyvern Splinter Blasts, Wraith King Skeletons. Oh, trying to catch little Hoodwink, the squirrel. Gets back to the safety of the tier 2 tower, and with no additional help out. Okay, DY says you're going to come back to me? I'll go ahead and take that kill. Maybe I'm going to trade my life for it, but he just needs to be able to get his spell off. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do so. Zai with the save and the kill. 6-6 now.
That's interesting that I didn't expect that. We see the Vanguard actually on the Bristleback. Not a huge fan of that. We saw Old 11 die to just the magic damage, the Witchblade burst.
Yeah.
This is really ineffective against minus armor and magical damage, right? So suddenly, yeah, the Lotus Orb's queued up, but I might have preferred just something that wouldn't fall off. You know, when you're ahead, I think getting that bonus build-up item, it's nice you can press the advantage. Maybe they're just going to look to take fights right away.
Coil immediately. Nisha has no mana. They're immediately going to double snap it here to try and finish him off, but Zai is able to provide a stun, and Old 11 is getting shredded by this corrosive haze now.
Way too much damage, but plus the percentage-based DPS from the Wyvern Q as well, the Arctic Burn. Nisha with a really nice reaction there. I'm surprised they went for that, and you can already kind of see the downside of the draft is right now, what is their pickoff? Right? All these heroes on Secret are free to react. They're also playing into a Wyvern at all times. They need a sick Chronosphere to really open up an engagement, but not necessarily looking to 5v5 either. And as you said, Secret, really easy way of just shoving out lanes for free. Wyvern Ws, the support duo in general, plus of course Nisha, who can just QW, nuke down a wave immediately, back away.
All right, well, it feels like Secret is in a pretty good place at this point. 15 minutes in, up by 1,000. Do you feel like their lineup is actually going to stall out at some point in time against Faceless Void? Or are you confident that the combination of Wraith King plus Slaughter, because they have like the late game lockdown, the physical damage dealer, and a hardcore minus armor?
Yeah, I'm starting to see where chat was going, to be quite honest, Cap, because they're going to have that massive amount of burst damage plus the combo breaker.
Yeah.
Like the Wyvern, you've already gotten through the most difficult phase of the game. Yapzor survived the lanes. Now, if we go for kills and then always have that get out of jail free card.
Got the disruption ready to go. Pops it now. The shot actually still landing. The Centaur is definitely in trouble here. The last Splinter Blast should be able to claim his life. VG Gaming giving up yet another pickoff.
There's not much you can do there. It's, you know, the thing about Wyvern Ultimate is that it is an offensive combo break. The defensive disrupt is effective if suddenly VG can re-engage. If there's no added pressure, if there's no allies coming in, specifically a Chronosphere, then you're just delaying the inevitable. Centaur is going to die 100% of the time. Meanwhile, if you try to chrono before you find Yapzor, one big ulti just turns the fight around.
DY trying to stay alive here, but it's not going to work. Now, Ori is going to be a bit of a problem for Secret in dealing with him, but they can focus fire when he's facing the wrong direction or when he's broken. Goes to show this Black cannot be nearly as fearless as he once was. Now is the plate mail to help you out with that minus armor you were talking about earlier. I'm sure in some way he's probably regretting that Vanguard and saying, man, a faster Lotus Orb and an Eternal Shroud would have felt really good.
Oh yeah, I love the new Shroud on Bristleback. Big fan of it on Leshrac as well. These heroes that can sometimes run into mana issues. You know, Hood is not super expensive to pop, but it's real nice that you know you're going to get all your mana back plus more.
Yeah.
When you pop your magic resist.
I'm just mostly surprised that Ori wasn't able to take that mid tower.
Yeah.
When he got to that big peak that you were talking about, like he's 1,000 net worth ahead of the puck, he had this Vanguard very early on. I was like, okay, he's just going to chip away at that mid tower until it falls, but instead, and Tier 1 has stayed alive for 17 minutes, and it's been a big boon for Secret and their continued map control that they have.
Definite prioritization of the bottom lane, right? They went once, and yeah, they got Matu and the tower kill, but it took them so long that that window where you were super far ahead on VP, able to close on the Secret mid tower, and for the reasons we've discussed at length now, it's tough to just straight up push objectives because Vici don't have any way to poke and prod to start an engagement. You know, Centaur still closing in on the blink, so ultimately, what is their catch? It's a Void leaping in, a disruption offensively.
And we already have the counters to Chronosphere, Winter Blast, or you save from Cold Embrace, as well as the Winter's Curse.
And we've been saying it, even Rich repeating it now, control the armor, control the game. You look around Secret's lineup, Zai closing in on level 12, that means minus 15 armor from his ultimate. Medallion Rush on to the Hoodwink. You're gonna have a Desolator coming out real soon on Matumba Man. Suddenly, Roshan, that dies in 10 seconds, and Vici Gaming, with the exception of this Bristleback, who, if he's broken, and goes to negative armor, it's like Slow Sword might not be enough if he gets stun locked, but it is up at a nice timing. Somehow Nisha ahead of the game in net worth. That is wild. He's been a part of a lot of kills thus far.
Matumba Man staying slightly ahead of the Faceless Void as well. He is going to be going for a very early Deso. What do you think about that?
Checking out the camp stack. Yeah, he might be using the trick you were talking about.
Yeah,
11. Putting up insane numbers out here.
Yeah, it really is. And yet, despite all those camps stacked, still behind in net worth by 3K in total.
It's the lack of playmaking power. You know, this is what somewhat punished Vici. You know, we saw their series against Nigma. They always had this focus on the macro game, on the late game. You know, Lapix Spectre in that game that they dropped. But the game one, you know, it wasn't so much Vici winning. They played solid, but ultimately it was just that the later it went, more secure their position.
Yeah.
You might be able to say the same here. Most people do consider Void the king of the late game, but I really am starting to love what I see with Secret. They have controlled the armor, and now it's all about finding an opening there. Huddled is 4, Nisha's ready to TP if needed, and more importantly, they're playing this Roche pit area. If they find kills here, it's immediately in for the objective. They want to be playing this spot. nobody cares about bottom safe lane tower. You can clear that out later.
Oh, this is the kind of classic, right? Both lineups can take Roshan, so therefore both lineups sit around the Roshan pit for as long as possible. And you can see some games where they battle back and forth for 5-6 times before one is broken. They kind of jump in onto a Wraith King as their first target. Ori on the front lines, already trying to put in the damage with the quills, but that Winter's Curse is just going to line up, so Old 11 is dead, and he doesn't even have buyback. Now, broken Bristleback inside the river. He's also gone. Meanwhile, Nisha is just harrying the back line. Almost managed to catch the Shadow Demon, but is going to be caught inside this Chronosphere and killed by Poyoyo, but he can't really fight anything else. No. He's out of gas. That's it. Time for Roshan.
Yep. That was, you see right there. There's no way Ori expected his survivability to be so non-existent. He straight up just gets popped. First, kills Old 11. Excellent use of the Winter's Curse there. Typically, we're talking about being used as a defensive tool, but that's why it's so powerful, because it actually gets the free kill on Centaur, and, you know, alley-oops the Bristleback. Everybody has time to land spells. All that minus armor coming out, the Deso, the Medallion, the Slardar amp, and then the break. They blew everything. They lose only Nisha. Kind of a given. You get solo chronoed. They get the Roche.
I mean, we could see immediately that was going to be a bad idea. And Vici Gaming, you could see it in them too. Yeah. There was a bit of trepidation. Old 11 was like, I don't really want to jump a Wraith King, but I guess I have Inkswell. Like, he does it anyway, and it's a terrible fight.
Yeah. It's definitely, I don't know how it happened, but felt like one of those moments where the team saying go. You know, you're set up to go.
Bounty.
You don't really want to. You saw that second of hesitation.
Yeah.
Go for it anyway, and ultimately, fight together, die together. But Nisha also did a good job. He completely removed the supports from that engagement.
Yeah, there was supposed to be some disruption save somewhere in there.
I think it got on. I don't know how relevant it was.
Yeah.
Like, and then all of a sudden, Ori's running forwards, but the moment his target switches to Centaur, that fight is lost. It's really just about finding Yapzor. You have to find Yapzor if you're Vici Gaming.
That is a big difference, right? Is Vici Gaming, their jump in is a Faceless Void, as you said, maybe a Centaur. Those aren't the best catch heroes for really killing supports, but the puck, that's going to be super disruptive at being able to find Grimstroke and finding the Shadow Demon, preventing disruption. It's really good. TP away. Oh, even better though. They got the coil. He's not going to be able to get away from that shot from the Hoodwink, and they've got more than enough chain stuns to hold him in place. And even if they didn't, they'd have vision of everywhere he went.
Yeah, they have this nice Tinker ward, but really now a Hoodwink ward for
yeah.
But that's a ward to try and find the pesky 5 position at Team Secret, who somehow has 5,000 net worth. Puppy always finding a way to get farm, but top 2 net worths now Team Secret Heroes, and certainly feeling strong. The Dagon queued up by Nisha. And I like this, we just talked about the disparity. Vici can't hunt backline, Secret can. And that's what Nisha's itemizing for. He wants to be able to pop the Shadow Demon at the start of the fight. That means whoever else his squad goes for, they know they can 100-0 it, uninterrupted, and just way more stuns.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like, it goes, okay, Chronosphere, but then the Winter Wyvern is the counter to the Chronosphere, and then in which case, especially if it's Winter's Curse, maybe Disruption is the counter to that, he's never going to get it off. Not with Nisha in the game anyways.
Yep. I feel like I've seen it so many times in games of Dota. It's the script that is written. Take Roche as Radiant, immediately rotate towards bottom, collect the towers, and then TP immediately back up to the turn.
They're going to be able to catch him too. There's no way he's getting out of this one. The Bushwhack, they do manage to get the disruption, buying a little bit of time, and double. Oh, that's actually great. Someone that's going to be able to catch the 2 of them. Maybe blowing up Nisha right away and taking the first line away from Matumba Man. He's going to come back in a world of hurt as Poyoyo immediately declines up where Chronosphere catches the Winter Wyvern. Nobody else, but if he can kill the Wyvern right away, it's not that big of a deal. As Matumba Man still being kited around by this Bristleback, the big BKB Zai. Slardar just goes ahead and finds the Shadow Demon kill, but can he really save Matumba Man here? Now on his 3rd life and final life for him is going to be able to blink away. DY being chased by that Slardar, but they have to keep their distance from Ori. Without the break mechanic and without the targeted fire, they have a hard time being able to take him out.
Yeah, that was an insane fight from Vici Gaming. You saw the Grimstroke ulti immediately, the double ultimate from the Shadow Demon. Purges both.
He's coming back. He's really going to try and do this one. His recruiting is not back up yet. His Haste Rune has a few more seconds. might be able to get him away. The break put onto the Bristleback, and they do have now Nisha. It's going to be joined back into the fight. Does have the coil. Disruption. Is it out there? He does not hear. They're not going to be able to buy this one. The silence goes out, and then his Face's Void just getting blown up right away. Now the damage is turned onto the Centaur. West Inkswell, can he see a life long enough for it to pop? Not quite, but Tumbaman finally does fall. Or he turns around, swipes him once, but he wanted to kill on his eye as well. He's being put and pulled apart. He can't really stick on a one target, and all of his allies, they're being ripped apart by Nisha, ripped apart by Zai. They're just running and kiting this Bristleback to oblivion. Now he's left all by his lonesome against 3 heroes. Immediately Lotus Orb going down to be able to take rid of that corrosive haze, but now he's being slowed down by YapzOr. Bit by bit, poke by poke, they're going to be able to finish him off. The last man of Vici Gaming goes down, and Team Secret holding out for a nice team fight.
I mean, you just need some time to warm up, Cap. That was nice. That is what you expect to see. Incredible silence from Nisha if we could run that back, because that straight up on the fight. I actually think that that's going to turn around, but he hits a 4-man silence. That's what allows them to finish the Void. The disruption was just off cooldown, unable to be utilized because Nisha, I don't even think he had vision. He just like straight up went for it. He knew he had to get the overlap on any backline in range. BKB will soon come out from the Void. Zai had his in that last engagement. Very early timing. Ultimately 20-10, only a 6k net worth lead. You can see how difficult it is to take down the Bristle, but this kind of goes back to the item build. Hood, Vanguard, Lotus Orb, he's survivable, but he's just getting kited. He can't actually stick to a target to deal damage, so by the time he's hitting somebody, it's Secret hitting back, because they've killed out his entire team.
Yeah, as you said, they picked it into the Hoodwink. They picked it into one of the only break mechanics, but even more so, he picked it into a lot of heroes that can just kite him out.
Not just that, you now have the Arctic Burn. The Ags, the Wyvern has been picked up. 9% health burn every second. That's pretty significant against strength heroes.
Yeah, that's slow. He can Lotus Orb some of this, but he could just be reapplied another way. They're going to be able to kite this Bristleback. This is just awful for Vici Gaming. They really got to get their next timings of BKBs online, because it feels like they are a bit outclassed right now in this moment.
And okay, the Ags will come out, but I still kind of fear for this Bristle. I feel like they need that next item, right? Like an AC on somebody. Do they have a Solar Crest yet? Aether Lens? No Solar Crest. Both supports also buying Aghanims. So right now, Secret certainly in control of the armor. You can even see a casual plate mail on Old 11. He'll also be going for a Lotus Orb, but right now it just feels like everything Vici's buying is just about surviving, better spell casting. Secret, they just get more damage and more damage. BKBs soon to have one on Matsu as well. I don't know how you're going to stop him.
Yeah, in a way, that BKB is just more damage for Tumbaman. Not just the stats, but the fact that he can just keep on swinging on people, which he's had a little bit of problem due to Inkswell and the Centaur stuns that are coming out.
Yeah, soon Yules onto Puppy. That'll be quite nice, just for more kiting. He's done a really nice job keeping lane shoved almost really in spitting distance of YapzOr's net worth. That's a tall task against one of the greedier 4 positions. But Puppy probably knows that well by now. They've been together for some time.
All right, Ori. I mean, this is a significant upgrade that he's got him for himself. The Aghanim Scepter allowing him to spam constantly to keep himself at maxed out Warpath stacks. And then an Arcane Rune as well. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see Vici Gaming just go for a team fight, right?
No, definitely. It wasn't now. I'm not sure when it would be. You know, Bristle's just a smidge away from the level 20 talent. Expect the Quill stack damage.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Though still not having Eternal Shroud means those kind of stacks, it just, without that spell life, dude, you know, it just doesn't feel quite as good.
When you see the Hood first, you're thinking, okay, the Shroud will come out. And at this point, I think you'd rather that than the Vanguard. The lack of armor, the Vanguard's really nice pretty much before 15-20 minutes. At this point, it's just an item I feel like you'd rather not have, especially since, did he actually get rid of it? He did. He split it.
I saw that Vitality booster in his backpack earlier. Oh, a jump! They managed to find Puppy. That's a decent pick off for them if they can actually get him running his way through his trees, but unfortunately there's not a whole lot of trees left to be able to hide in. YapzOr, in a vain attempt to try and help Puppy, Doesn't actually get caught. Fortunately, those tranquil boots allow him to fly pretty fast.
It's actually pretty sick, not just for the offensive power we talked about, but as an escape mechanism. Finding Napzor is the way to win a fight for Vici. How are you going to do that when he can fly at all times?
I have Lotus Orb. But yeah, like going back to that Vanguard, if he gets that early Vanguard and he takes the big tower early on, then maybe that feels okay. I mean, you know, but the fact that he win an early game item, didn't actually take the early tower that is most crucial to take.
Well, not crazy, because he has Shroud queued up. He did have a Vanguard, right?
Yeah.
Because he just got rid of it. I mean, respect. Like, recognizing, you know what, I don't want this item. It was a bad decision, and I won't have it anymore.
Okay. Orb is not going to be doing that much to save Ori. Fortunately, the Stampede will get him out for now. Venetia did have that coil. Looks like he was just a little bit shy being able to catch up, though. Oh, look at that. He's got the coil breaker, too. Psychic headband. Oh, yeah. Great item for a puck.
Yeah, the int damage as well. Also, with now the finished Sanj Kaya, he had the Dagon before. Now it looks like it'll be an Octarine. I agree with that. Just for the increased cast range, much easier to find big coil.
Does this change the game for you? Aghanim Scepter, Shadow Demon, and Grimstroke. They just got picked up within 2 seconds of each other.
That is pretty nasty, actually. 3 purges, technically 4. Grimstroke can now give his team a carry in the Wraith King. Very stat-heavy build as well. They'll get the Deso. It's something. You know, there's 7k down, but Vici, even into the second Roach, wonder who gets the shard here.
I mean, just imagine. So I know the damage did change for how the Aghanim Scepter works on Shadow Demon. Now it no longer does that stacking thing, but now it actually builds up over time. But just imagine, that's 6 purges if he gets it off on a Soulbind.
That's true. That is pretty nasty. They're in.
Nisha tries to break the coil, was very close to being able to pull that one up. They're going to give him the ink swell. On top of it, there's the Soulbind. On it, Silence, onto the puck as well. It's perfect, but the winner's curse, it solves everything up. Candace actually bail out DJ, takes 1 bit of purge damage. Not quite falling just yet, but finally there goes the Aegis. Same goes with Top Man on his second life. They're going to be able to come back in with a BKB, but they're not strong enough. They don't feel good enough to be able to fight Poyo-Yo because of the Grimstroke getting that Dark Portrait off. Now they're going to be able to pick apart Nisha as he tries to jump away and fade with Silence. Not good enough. Neither is going to be this Bushwhack. He's actually invisible right now, but finally they do get a vision of him. He gets off the Bushwhack last second, but they did buy back, and they're trying to get here, but Vici Gaming, they're not manning down. They're actually going to go for it. They are not afraid of Secret. They weren't afraid of him with an Aegis, and they're certainly not afraid of teams with buybacks, but so Lotus Orb bouncing back on him, the Tough Man, he dies, he comes back just in time for the reincarnation. Nisha still trying to go for those supports on the right hand, and Zai is going to be joining him, ult 11, he's going to be dying, but on top of it, he's going to be following him right down into the grave where he belongs. Zai ends up falling, is now Poyo-Yo jumping for his next target. He gets Bushwhacked though, he gets shot, he falls, Nisha managed to get the kill on the carry of Vici Gaming. They all have these buybacks, but look at the Dark Portrait, it's going after Puppey. Nisha's very low as well, but Team Secret are able to escape with at least one of these heroes. Looks like maybe Puppey's going to stay alive as well. Vici Gaming, in their resolve, do not buy back for that. They just leave Ori, and he's perfectly fine.
That is excellent discipline. You know, Secret, they used those buybacks. They had to go in and fight. That's 2 cores. Puppey as well. And I mean, if it breaks, that fight is totally different for Team Secret. But it's maybe 100 units away. So now all of a sudden you've blown coil. Ori, he doesn't care. He's going to just stand there, spam QW, and look to kill people. That opening of the fight for Secret just backfired. And the ultimate...
It's the only 2 team fights they've lost, right? When Soulbind catches on to Nisha, the team fight is easily won by Vici Gaming.
Yep, they blew everything. They got the Chronosphere as well. They used everything to try and save him. But you saw the silence from the Grimstroke on the puck. He came out of Cold Embrace, still couldn't get any spells off. Got a question, you know, this Soul Booster, in theory, Octarine, great item, but I've seen Miracle earlier today pick up a BKB. I wouldn't be surprised if that's something you got to think about here for Nisha. He's huge. Like, look at his net worth. This hero is not just a squishy spellcaster at this stage. And if you have a BKB, suddenly it's really just that Chronosphere you're going to fear. But to your point, Vici got everything they wanted. I saw like 3 purges. Tumble Man's just broken twice throughout the fight, and the Dark Portrait opened up. Like, you had a Wraith King on your side the entire fight.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely crazy. I mean, just pure number of lives, right? That was 3 lives on Nisha,
Yep.
right? He had the Aegis and he bought back as well. There was 4 lives on Matumba Man. Like, they threw all of that just to kind of go even.
Yep.
At the end of the day. Like, that is, they used cheese as well on that second round of the team fight. I mean, it definitely feels like this game is beginning to turn for Vici Gaming's favor, or it's just the execution of team fights that matter.
It's Team Secret also needing to tweak a little bit of their initiation style. It's Zai who has to go first. He has that Aghanim shard now, so a big stun also applies all the amplified damage. For 5 seconds, he'll get haze on his targets. Then Nisha is free to bypass that initial target and find the back line. Yeah, you have Ags on both supports of Vici, but they're still pretty damn squishy. Like, these heroes don't have anything else. There's no Glimmer Capes. Gripstroke's running around with a fluffy hat, Shadow Demon, and Aether Lens. There's no extra survivability included.
Yeah.
You've got to kill a support duo, and that has to be Secret's game plan if they want to take any sort of engagements. BKB up on the Void has the evasion as well. It's going to be really nice here against the Slardar Wraithkin combination.
Look at this cute maneuver by Vici Gaming. They smoke to the top side of the map while showing Ori at mid. So they're trying to disguise this movement in what is an attempted pickoff off of a Chronosphere, and it may still have an opportunity to work here, but no. They finally give up, say, okay, it's time to push down the lane. Butterfly next up for the Faceless Void. They're currently searching for the Hoodwink, but not gonna find him. Puppy actually getting a ward down behind them for maybe potential team fights in the future.
That's a very close game. At this point, net worth really means nothing. It's all about item timings, initial fights. I also love the fact that we got Gary and Lacoste across the way. They're just screaming and yelling. Something's happening over on the B screen.
Yeah, we've had some pretty hype series already for day 1 of the AniMajor. A lot of ties.
A lot of 1-1s.
Was not expecting as many as we ended up getting, which is good. Goes to show that maybe these teams are on very even footing.
It just feels like Dota. I don't know if it's the new system, if it's just that we've had so much time before these international lands, but teams are better. Drafting seems more important than ever. A lot more nuance in the item decisions, a lot more concern about proper timings, the Aghanims, the shards, new abilities. Talents have shifted. What Bristle level 25 talent did he go for? Wow, damage, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can feel it. He's hitting very hard.
Oh, yes. How much is that per stack now?
Aghanim Scepter soon for the Hoodwink, which that's a significant upgrade for Nisha to get that extra, both the spell damage amp up as well as the amp up on, or reduction of status resistance. I mean, you managed to break a coil on somebody who has that boomerang status effect on them. Ooh.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Stun for a very long time, and just doing the math, Bristleback with that talent and the Ags, which is most useful because it allows you to keep maximum warpath stats. You can keep them almost always at 9. That is 9 times 59 damage cap.
That is a lot of damage, Kyle. Over 500 damage?
That's correct. It's 590 minus 59.
Oh god.
That's 531 bonus damage.
Very good. Very good. I'll believe that. It says plus 431.
That's because he only had 7 stacks.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
I have to be confident that I'm right.
Can we check out Slardar? Slardar still has the level 25 undispellable corrosive haze, right? Ah, man, he's only level 20. They could really use that upgrade. Those Lotus Orbs are very annoying.
That's a game changer. It's what makes Dota so cool. It's just so much fun to watch because you pick up, the Lotus Orb was the answer to the haze, what, like 17, 18 minutes in, picked up by the Bristleback? But you get so late in the game, suddenly it's like, oh wait, that's not an answer. I actually now just need to have a massive amount of armor to have a prayer in this game. And that's a big butterfly for Poyoyoy. That's ideal. You can see Matu, he recognizes what he needs. He went for the Death OAC, all about the minus armor, but now needs an MKB if he actually wants to try and slay a Void, especially on the backtrack skill. We already might not be needing another thing to hold up.
Yeah, I mean, they're going on to Matumba Man. Here's the Wraith King again, maybe not the best first target. Old 11 taking so much damage with the corrosive haze on him. The Winter's Curse actually pulling in Ori. So the Faceless Void is going to take a decent amount of damage. Can they actually keep him chain stun? Overlapping those stuns a little bit too much perhaps. And Poyo-Yo is going to be able to jump away. Turns around, Chronosphere throws it out, but it only catching Matumabed as Nisha had already jumped away. He's going for DY, trying to deal with the silence, and will be able to do so as well. Again, the corrosive haze allowing even Nisha's physical damage to do so much more. Poyo-Yo jump on the ground, but he won't have the time to be able to pick it up. He's got to retreat. This has been a disaster for VG Gaming, as once again trying to go on the Wraith King, allowing Nisha a free game as a result, trying to use the Stormcrafter as best he can, but this time around, damn.
Wow. 1,003. And once again, Cap, it's all about the team fighting. It's all about who's using spells on who. At the time, the Chronosphere doesn't kill Nisha, but just Matumabed's respawn. So suddenly you have no fear for the Chrono, an immediate turnaround. Team Secret chase him out of the fight, and what was Nisha able to do? Get onto the back lines. He doesn't fear Chronosphere. You saw Zai actually ignoring the Void, just running straight past him. Shadow Demon, they recognize we can kill off these supports. We're gonna win this team fight. It's exactly the plan for Secret. They get a mid-tier. Roshan is not up. Oh, just spawned. Talk about luck as Yapzor walks into the pit. DD already top.
All right.
That's the dream.
How fast is Roshan gonna die?
I'm gonna start the stopwatch.
Where's Zai? Oh, this isn't fair. They don't have Zai there. They need the corrosive haze. Like this
coming.
Legitimately would die in like 2 seconds.
It's like 4 as soon as that haze goes on.
1, 2, 3.
Close enough. Close enough. Aghanim's now on the Slardar. That's going to be insane for his survivability, although it was tweaked a little bit. Used to just be broken. You saw Slardar standing in the puddle, now only getting the benefits with Sprint active.
Which is curious, because the ultimate coming out from the Shadow Demon, that Purge, that takes away the sprints, then that's going to take away that effect. Also, I wonder how break works with that as well. Like, if you're broken, I'm going to assume you also don't get those bonuses, unless it's now tied to the active of sprint rather than a passive. Okay. So then it's just a question of whether or not he's going to be purged by PYW.
Yeah.
And then, in which case, an Aghanim Scepter may not feel as good.
And I was going to talk about, the lack of Aghanims on the puck from Nisha, but he picks it up thanks to the Roche. So you saw there, the Minotaur horn popped. Old 11 now realizing, hey guys, we got to be careful here, because suddenly these coil breaks, especially on a hero like Void, reliant on the BKB, now will be ineffective. It's a huge tool for Team Secret.
Look at that damage. 40,000 damage being put in by Nisha. He is putting in the work. Is 32,000 being put in by Ori. I mean, just talk about the difference there. Bristleback is supposed to be able to rack out huge amounts of damage because of his quills against a tanky strength hero like Wraith King. Nisha, I'm going to say most of this damage is slaughtering those supports.
Oh, yeah. What's that? Is that a Dagon 5 already? What level is that? It is a Dagon 5. He has so much farm.
Yeah, no, he's...
With the spell amp, that is a 1,024 damage spike. So all of a sudden, these VG Gaming supports are starting to think about how, like, it's not about keeping our cores alive anymore. It's how do we keep ourselves alive. That Ghost Scepter seems nice for your Shadow Demon, but not helpful.
Oh god, a double damage Wraith King with the Mortal Strike talent as well. So he's going to be pumping out those crits. 1,500 damage at a time.
I like there's a Stormcrafter on Bristle. Just holding it for the self-dispel. Now has the AC, has the heart. This man just simply does not die. However, do look at the armor. That is not enough. Typically 20 of that armor, you feeling fine.
Yeah.
But Slardar minus 20. The Deso.
Well, what does he do? I feel like he's 6-slotted.
He
consume the Aghanim Scepter, get a Shiva's?
Yeah, that's the danger, and that's what, the armor, why it's so valuable. You run out of ways to increase it. You could buy Shiva's, sure, but
so you're saying we need a Divine Rapier, but for armor?
Well, and this
maybe an upgradable AC. I'm not sure. And you look around, like Old 11, he doesn't have enough armor, and that's why even with this heart, I'm concerned he still needs to be targeted. Bear in mind, the more HP you get, the more effective that Arctic Burn from Yapzor is going to be. Secret really don't care about your max HP as much as they do your specific resistances. So you got to be cautious now. An Arcane Blink,
beginning to get to some of the levels where we can see the other talents that they're beginning to pick up.
This feels like the old puck with the 420 GPM talent.
Yeah. 25,000 net worth lead for Team Secret in this 45-minute game. 28-17. Vici Gaming has shown that they can win team fights, but it's always been under very specific circumstances, which is, well, straight up catching the puck. They have to put an end to Nisha's reign of terror in this game.
Indeed. And remember, see, further ahead, but to feel the tenseness, right? This is just the wild card, but this is quite possibly elimination series. 2 out of 6 teams advance. Vici, they're looking at a qualifier for TI. If they can't make it out of this phase and do some damage in the playoffs, Secret, for reasons that really should need an explanation if you watch TI 7, 8, or 9, really would prefer if they could keep either G or Team Nigma out of the International, and they would do just that by keeping Nigma out of the next phase of this tournament.
Right. 30 more seconds left on the Aegis, but Team Secret don't seem to be in too much of a rush to try and put a use to it. Everyone just seems content farming away. Science coming in soon for Yamsor. It seems like a Wraith King needs an MKB because of the butterfly pickup from our Faceless Void. Even Zai looking at a Nullifier. Oh, look at that. Puppy.
Yeah.
The next level.
That's sick. Do you...
Wind Waker for him is the item.
You can't Wind Waker people out of Chronosphere though, right?
No, you can't.
You can?
Yeah. Why'd you think you couldn't?
Because Chronosphere disables like all movement.
No.
From all things other than Void. No?
No, and nothing stops Wind Waker.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. That's why it costs $1 billion gold. And that's why we also never see it, because it does cost $1 billion gold.
It didn't provide movement, but it reminds me, I remember talking to No-Tail about this, because way back in Han, you just got that with the basic Yules. You couldn't move people, but you could do it on allies. So, 2011 Fnatic, they just bought 4 of them. Laughed at you. Oh, you want to go for him? Nope, sorry. Up in the air. Good luck.
That's great.
At least it's 8,000 gold here in Dota 2. Cool mechanic, and something we really just don't see very often. Just because it takes so long to get to the phase of the game where that might be necessary. And as far as saving a hero during Chronosphere, there's no better item. Assuming what you're saying is correct.
Yeah, no, it is.
Okay, 100%. I believe you. You said it with confidence.
Puppy. When I say something with confidence, it means something, Kyle.
Yeah, when I do it, it's just the same thing.
We also have the level 25 talent coming in for Puppy, which I'm going to assume he's going to be going the big damage route on his ultimate. Take a look at those talents real quick for me. For the Hoodwink.
Double arm.
There we go.
Yeah.
Pure damage and Pierce's spell immunity.
That's pretty nice.
So much damage. Thank God they nerfed the higher ends of damage on that ability, but it looks like Vici Gaming, they're coming in. Nisha does have a double damage. She's trying to scout things out in this triangle right now. Seeing Ori is enough of a tell. They know there's some heroes here. In fact, they had a ward placed just freshly right there, trying to get any extra vision. Throwing down the tree. You can see the acorn tree going out from the Hoodwink, just trying for any type of information they could possibly get from what Vici Gaming's position is, what they're trying to pull off right now. Puppy managed to dodge old 11 and the attempted stop there. Look at him just dropping sentry after sentry. Ori's finally going to come down from the triangle and chase after Nisha to make sure this creep wave doesn't put into their base.
Yeah, this is where the game gets a little dicey. Secret, they're just playing with their food a little bit. They want vision before they take a fight. And in this phase of the game, it doesn't matter how far ahead they are. Vici still have the Chronosphere. You suddenly land that on 3, plenty of time for follow-up. You get the perfect spell combinations off the Great Dark Portrait. The game can get out of hand. They want to fight.
Nisha, he finds DY. Catch them out. Courier dies as well. And now Vici Gaming, oh man, what were they doing out here? Their supports got way in front of their cores, and now they may have to. And going for a buyback here. Secret, no doubt, are going to be poking at the base a little bit harder than they were before, as you can see Batum Men jumping in a little bit.
That was so well played. They went away from the Vici Gaming vision. They missed the ward they had middle with that sentry, and then just went for it on Secret.
What? Backtrack. He just dodged Dagon 5, but maybe he was better. Blowed up. Where'd he go? Yo-Yo-Yo's just gone, and Secret are certainly going to be forcing the buy. Now, Old 11 looking for his opportunity to initiate, only catching the Wraith King. Now, Winter's Curse allowing Secret to be able to disengage, and if anything, this Centaur may need to look out. They're going to blow him up with all this damage, potentially disruption, a little bit of time perhaps for Old 11 to be able to jump away with the Stampede. He's good, but the problem is they've used all these buybacks, and they haven't caught anybody from Secret. They have perfectly disengaged themselves and are ready to now potentially find that one pick off that ends the game.
I just love watching it. It's all about the vision cap. Like, just so much control. You don't see many captains do this with the exception of Puppy and Curl. You know, Insanity, it's more common than you give it credit for, but he places that ward as he's like backing away just to get a little bit of vision. He gets the Yules off on the Faceless Void, and that whole entire engagement is set up because Secret flee the area of the map Vici want to fight them and retreat to the other side, then capitalizing on what they see. They have a huge gold advantage. They just need to be the team that casts spells first. That's exactly what they did. Everybody disengages. They force the 3 buybacks. Now in a great spot. Roche is up. Beach, you need to control it. You need to try and get a fighter on the because you give away the Aegis with no buybacks. Suddenly this game just straight up becomes unwinnable. 36k gold lead as is a hard enough mountain to climb.
No, so it really was a masterclass performance of pressure from Team Secret, knowing this is a great time for us to be able to force something because Roshan is up, because they are going to have to come out of their base, but they didn't control the Roshan pit enough. Vici Gaming snuck in there. Now they've got Refresher Shard, Aegis. They're going to get an Aghanim Scepter with Faceless Void. That's a huge upgrade. Watch out, Nisha.
Very dangerous, and more importantly, you had a buyback, but now it doesn't matter. There's the Aegis out on the field.
Yeah, Aegis, double Chronosphere, and an Aghanim Scepter Time Walk. Like,
that's the 4th.
Ooh.
Wow.
I mean, we were just praising Secret for this was so good for them, and yet they played just the wrong side of that. They didn't expect such a bold move from Vici Gaming.
That Nullifier from Zai, do keep in mind, will not remove the Satanic of the Void, but it can prevent it from being popped, no longer dispellable. So a little bit of a weird mechanic to look for. A lot of, how many are we away from? We need 2 shards to complete the full set for the Vici Gaming team. And we need 2 shards and an Aghanim's for the Wraith King. Maybe Aghanim's Wraith King can sit this game.
Yeah, I mean, Hairball's pretty good on the Bristleback. Guy's hard to bring down. It's very hard to bring down.
Yeah, it's nice too, just because a little bit of a second. The Dayless for Nisha, level 30, has every talent. This on Lena as well. Very much these mixed damage cores, especially the puck. Yeah, you don't have built-in attack speed like a phase shift attack. Everyone all misses the coil. That's quite unfortunate. Might have been able to land a kill on Old 11.
So I just wanted to make sure, but yeah, backtrack is disabled by Brick. Really? So that 25 talent that he got, yeah. For whatever reason, I didn't think it used to be or something, but it says it's disabled by Break now, so.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, something to look out for. He's really got to be careful of that Hoodwink. That adds so much to him. Zai, right placement and great reactions from him. Breaking that move from Vici Gaming, blinking out, completely disengaging, and giving Secret an opportunity maybe to re-engage here. Tubman jumping in onto an illusion, baiting it out very nicely from Vici Gaming. Tubman gonna be slowed down a bit, that time walk. So dangerous on pursued. Wanted to catch. It's going to be disruption on Nisha. No follow-up disable just yet. Zai is desperate to be able to hunt down some of these supports, but he didn't actually catch him with the clutch. They're on the other side of that cliff, and now he's going to have to pop the cheese to be able to try and stay alive here. But they're caught inside the coil. It doesn't really matter. They're just going to focus down to this Slardar, and they get him. The support is so important for Vici Gaming.
That is just crazy. And Zai, I was like, okay, great disengage from Secret. They didn't really have any business taking that fight. They were not conglomerated enough, and then all of a sudden Zai's just in. I think he even whiffed the stun, and there's no saving him at that point. You got to be cautious. I understand you have a 25k gold lead, but look at what's in Nisha's net worth. He's maxed out. He has 85k gold. He's eaten an Aghanims. He has the shard. There's nothing else he can buy.
Yeah,
what, a moon shard?
Moon shard is left, but you know,
he's not really auto attacking.
Yeah.
This is that's a 26k gold lead, but really, minus 9k, less than 20. 53 plus minutes into the game, you have a Faceless Void. Your support duo is continuing to scale. Vici Gaming.
What's the other puck talent? Is it still a Dream Call?
Yeah.
Fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there, but even with the Dayless, it's just not really enough damage, it feels like.
Yeah. No, he's got to be so hidden all the time because he's got to be afraid of the Grimstroke silence. Potential of now the time walk being just like any one stun will probably lead to his death.
Yeah, and okay, near 10k gold on Nisha. That was 8k on Matu. This 25k gold lead, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
There's too much gold there. We can just look, show me gold on heroes right now. I bet Nisha has more than 25k just in the bank.
Yeah. No, it's...
Did that look like it attacked the outpost there? The phase shift attack?
I was not paying attention, but that was an old bug in Dota, so I wouldn't be surprised if something like that was there. Yeah, so we're trying to work towards his level 25, which, I don't know, what would you rather have, the Winter's Curse duration or Splinter Blast Stun?
I'm always mindful of extra stuns. Okay. They both give extra stuns, so who even knows?
Oh, trying to bring him down, the disruption though. He's gonna come back, he may not be able to time walk anything off, he's gonna go ahead and pop the BKB. The break actually does land on the bristleback, that is a massive hit. He's gonna go ahead, throw himself up in the air for a moment to be able to dodge some of this hit. It's Winter's Curse, and it pull in the face's void, it's pulling him in all right. It's putting the damage onto his own bristleback here. The bristleback in a bit of trouble, does manage to get the Lord Storm turning around the sun on a Batama Man. Batama Man is just dead. He's immediately gonna buy back. Meanwhile, Nisha and Old 11 are both in deep on other sides of the map. Old 11 all the way into the tier 4s to try and chase down YapzOr, but YapzOr's got his number. Meanwhile, Nisha has managed to catch the supports. Both of them fall, and neither one of them has buyback. Ori left up in the air with a nullifier. He's trying to get away. The Lotus Orb is only going to do so much. Here goes out by Nisha. He blinks away from it. Last second time walk over, but he doesn't get the back. A second refresher. He's actually got an opportunity to be able to Chronosphere again. Whoa! The damage from the Hoodwink. He lines it up. William tells straight to the forehead. Po-yo-yo now battles all by himself with the Chronosphere. Can he possibly do this? He's got an opportunity, but he needs to be able to catch Nisha. He needs to be able to kill this puck. That's his only opportunity. He may not be able to get it. The chain stuns are raining in. He's just dead. No buyback there. Vici Gaming, they don't get an opportunity to get off the second Chronosphere.
Unbelievable. I can't believe they're going to see the fight. Old 11, man, you are so deep. Like, Nisha's in the river. You're by the tier 4s. He gets picked off by the Matu buyback. And once again, you know, great job on Matu. It's like designated feeder, right? He gets killed twice immediately. There's the buyback. No big deal. Nisha straight up kills everybody. As you stated, we didn't even see it on the screen. He just takes out both supports. Now solo pushing top lane. They might get 2 racks almost for sure. Does the Void have buyback?
There's no buyback, so this could straight up be the end of the game. Yeah, if they rush for tier 4s and for the throne right now, they could potentially end it. But they're not going to do that. 20 seconds left on the buyback. They may not know the exact timer of Vici Gaming, or they're just respecting the defense that could be held out from the supports. Is BKB activated by Batama Man as he looks to be able to finish off Megas and back away.
They're doing a really good job.
Coil action going out. They're really going to try for this one. Just give him the Inkswell to make sure the piece of survivability, but there's no reason for Secret to fight this.
Yeah, and I really like, if you see, Matu's doing a much better job. Zion the fights as well. They're targeting that Dark Portrait. It's a significant source of damage, but it is squishier than enemy heroes. So they're doing a nice job now ensuring that they can either kite or kill it before it becomes too big of an issue.
What do you think about this one? Batama Man now has an Aghanim Scepter, so even if they kill people, they're still going to be able to get off some spells before they finally go down. Trying to lay into the bristleback right now. Quill's stacking up, but this late in the game may not manage to do so much as that Hoodwink ultimately certainly does a lot. The pure damage, the break, everything you need to be able to bring down a bristleback. Fortunately, they have held, and not only that, Vici Gaming, they now have the buyback on Faceless Void. So, it's still an opportunity to be able to turn this game around, Kyle, but I mean...
Hey, it is never over as... Oh no!
He went back to the Vanguard, baby! Time to get the Abyssal Blade!
It was a mistake.
Why did I sell that item, Kyle?
Hey, at least he's got the full Abyssal now. They just recognize it's the lack of stuns, Cap.
Yeah.
It's just so hard for Vici to find kills. You know, they need that magical course of events, the perfect synergy to be able to take on Nisha, who is just everywhere right now.
They're jumping. They're all in. They're all in right now. Back, seeing if they can blow him up. Where's the shot for the Hoodwink? Do they have it just yet? Ori, he's going to be Chronosphere. Oh, the disruption, but he's going to come back around. Winter's Curse is going to be able to group him up. The Bushwhack also sending him down. Old 11 does have the Inkswell to try and help Ori get out of here, but now they're pushing down the faces forward. Oh, yo, turns around, Satanic, getting some life, 17 minutes to kill time. He managed to bring down Matamba Man once, but Matamba gonna play. The Slaughter still fighting out of the Phantom, but Matamba Man in and out. It seems like he goes. Where is he? Oh, he still has the Phantom. He's dead, and I believe he bought back in the last team fight. Vici Gaming, can they still actually keep this going? Poyo-Yo, 11, and Ori are all safe. And that's what matters.
There is no buyback on the Tumberman. You've got 2 minutes now to work with. No Grimstroke available either. However, it's a 4-on-4, and as Vici, you're going to be okay with this. You've got plenty of wave shove to be able to deal with the wave, and as you just pointed to the screen cap, indeed, Roshan is alive. Maybe you get the, but what? What do you actually get out of it? An Ags for the Centaur? He's the only person
who doesn't have it? Just Centaur? Yeah.
I mean, an Ags for the Centaur. Yeah, that's a lot of damage reduction. Could prove pretty damn important as this game continues. But remember, Nisha, we talked about him being maxed out 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That was all that was left. He is truly out of things to buy unless he wants to replace an item in his inventory. And
we're just
Time to hibernate.
His Void was farming a hard camp. The team nowhere in sight. They know for sure he has no buyback. That's a timer you didn't need to be keeping very long. Cap, 3.5 minutes. He's gone for 2. Secret of Megas. That's
This is a breakdown, Kyle. That's a breakdown right there. They could have tried to go for Roshan. They could have, as a team, pushed forward. They could have focused on getting their tier 5 items, which I'm fairly certain is what our Faceless Void was trying to do.
Yeah, it's a very good point. 60 minutes. Oh, man. The classic blunder.
Dysfunctional. Oh, no.
I've lost a lot of games with you guys. It's like that. Everybody thinking about different objectives. The tier 5 items, like, they're so shiny. You want them. They're so rare to have in your Dota game. And,
so you're saying you lost 2 out of the 2 of the games you played.
Neither one of those went to 60. I will say, it's a shame. What a hell of a game. I think that might be how it ends. We'll see. But Secret, they know they've got the 60 seconds. They wanted their tier 5 items. Unless they're just not keeping buyback timers. It is possible. Or, okay, maybe a Rapier. Either way, they're not going to end the game. So, all right, Ori, just gave a freebie. No big deal. Secret won't punish you.
I mean, to be fair to Secret, do you really need this game potentially? But it's scary. Meanwhile, you could just go ahead and play for Roshan, play for all these extra items, play for getting your own buybacks back potentially.
That's true.
Or maybe they're trying to end it in 20 seconds here.
That is also possible. The glyph is available. 25 seconds on Ori. Matu with a Rapier.
Matu, you just gonna run up there? I mean, you got the Aghanim Scepter on this Wraith King. Vici, he cannot let him get close here. Oh my goodness, half his health just went away. Fortunately, Disruption bailed him out from the hoodwink. A nice soul buy. Managing, he's going for Zai almost immediately. They do have to get the Chronosphere onto the 2, but Nietzsche at the same time is already in, and he's going for the support. Then he's already killed the Grimstroke, and now Poyo-Yo was left by himself. He's dead. A buyback for him, yes, but no Chronosphere on that other life. Push them out of the coil. Get out of here, Centaur. Over 11. He's going to be forced to buy back, or he's now here, holding out for the tier 4s, but it looks like Team Secret, they may need to have to focus on heroes. Never mind, there goes the Wraith King. He dies really fast, and they cannot afford to be able to get him off that Divine Rapier. They're going to go for it. But Top Man saved out by the cold embrace. They're dodging all this damage. Oh, wait, there's curses there as well. Break onto Ori's dead. He falls, but Top Man, he lays the damage in a Faceless Void. Almost one-shots, knocks him out. That is Team Secret taking game 1 of the 2-game series against Vici Gaming.
Wow, they needed that one. Cap, what a fight. Unbelievable. Ori gives huge advantage, but just every single team fight that Secret win, it feels like it's because Nisha's not on the screen. He's hunting the back lines. He's killing the supports. You see the pop-off, even the hugs. That's a 60-minute plus game. Who says this team's already qualified to TI? They want their Ws. They've been here for a week. They came to play. Team Secret. Look at that. That is a lot of emotion.
And it's almost over the top.